What is a NASCAR video game damage model? Imagine you're racing at top speed, and suddenly you slam into a wall or get caught in a pileup. What happens to your car in the game? That's where the damage model comes into play. A NASCAR video game damage model is a system that shows what happens to a car when it crashes or collides during a race. It does two main things. It makes the car look like it's been in a wreck, and it affects how the car drives afterward. When your car hits a wall or another car, the damage model decides how the car's parts deform, break, or malfunction. You might see the front end crumple, a tire puncture, or suspension parts bend out of shape. The visual effects are pretty realistic, with dents, scrapes, and broken pieces that make crashes look authentic. But the damage model doesn't just stop at looks. It also impacts how your car handles on the track. For example, if your suspension gets bent or a tire gets punctured, your grip on the road drops, and your speed slows down. You might need to make a pit stop to fix things or adjust your driving to stay in the race. Different NASCAR video games have varying levels of damage detail. Older or simpler games might only show minor dents and little change in how the car performs. But newer games like iRacing or some from the Papyrus series simulate very detailed damage. They include effects like aerodynamics changes, tire temperature shifts, and suspension damage. This makes the racing experience more realistic and exciting. However, simulating detailed damage for large races with more than 40 cars can be tough for the game's performance. So developers balance between showing realistic damage and keeping the game running smoothly. Recent NASCAR games have improved their damage models to better match real-world racing incidents. When you crash into a wall hard, you might see the front end crush and a tire blowout, forcing you to rethink your strategy. Some games even simulate pileups and debris on the track, adding to the challenge. From the NASCAR perspective, a good damage model makes the game more immersive for fans. It helps players understand the risks drivers face and the importance of good car setup and clean driving. It also adds excitement because crashes and wrecks happen unpredictably, just like in real races. So, in simple terms, a NASCAR video game damage model is a system that shows how cars get hurt during crashes and how that damage affects their performance. It makes virtual racing more lifelike and fun, giving players a taste of the real NASCAR experience.